Hello, esteemed gentlemen. The most dangerous man is the one who has nothing to prove. In a world obsessed with loud voices and alpha posturing, there's a silent figure moving through the noise, unnoticed, untouched, and absolutely unstoppable. While everyone else is busy climbing social ladders, chasing validation, and flexing for approval, the Sigma male quietly builds his own world where ladders don't even exist. Here's a fact that might rattle your perception. Some of the most influential figures in history, those who reshaped industries, toppled norms, and rewrote the rules, weren't the loudest in the room. They were the ones no one saw coming. The Sigma male doesn't just walk a different path. He creates one where the road signs don't apply, and GPS signals mysteriously vanish. But don't mistake their silence for absence or their independence for arrogance. Sigma males aren't out here sulking in the corner like some brooding movie stereotype. No, they're probably 3 steps ahead of everyone else, sipping coffee, wondering why the rest of the world is stuck in the same rat race and whether rats even realize they're racing. So why will Sigma males never be ordinary? Because they don't fit into any category the world has tried to shove them into. They are the glitch in the matrix, the wild card in the deck, and the plot twist you didn't see coming. Ready to find out what really sets them apart? Buckle up, it's about to get interesting. Number 1. They reprogram themselves constantly. Sigma. Males are in a constant state of evolution. They don't cling to one version of themselves or get stuck in a fixed identity like most people do. While others get comfortable with labels, whether it's their job title, social role, or even personality traits, Sigma males see those as temporary checkpoints, not permanent destinations. They're always scanning their environment, assessing what works, what doesn't, and adapting accordingly. It's like they have an internal software that's always updating, making sure they're not just keeping up, but staying ahead. This isn't about faking it or trying to impress anyone. Sigma males don't care about putting on a show. Their constant self-reprogramming comes from a deep understanding that life is unpredictable, and sticking rigidly to one way of being is a weakness, not a strength. They don't fear change, they expect it. And when it comes, they're already prepared because they've been shifting internally long before the outside world caught up. The intriguing part is how quietly this happens. You won't see a Sigma male loudly announcing a personal transformation or broadcasting their growth on social media. One day, they're the person you thought you knew. The next, they've outgrown the box you tried to put them in, and you won't even realize it until it's too late. Their adaptability makes them feel elusive, almost like they're always one step ahead, operating on a level most people can't access. This ability to constantly reinvent themselves keeps them from ever becoming stagnant or predictable. While others are busy trying to maintain an image, Sigma males are too busy evolving, making sure they're never the same person twice. That's what makes them extraordinary. They're always in motion, and you'll never truly pin them down. Number 2, they're unapologetically selfish, in the best way. Sigma. Males are unapologetically selfish, but not in the way most people think. This isn't about stepping on others to get ahead or hoarding success at the expense of relationships. For them, putting themselves first isn't an act of arrogance. It's a strategy for survival and growth. While many people stretch themselves thin trying to meet everyone's expectations, Sigma males know that saying yes to everything is the fastest route to burnout. They're not interested in pleasing the crowd or being the hero in someone else's story. Their focus is on their own path, their own progress, and their own peace of mind. But here's where it gets interesting. By prioritizing their own growth, they unintentionally become more valuable to others. Because they're not constantly drained by unnecessary obligations, they have more energy, clarity, and resources when it actually matters. They're the ones who can offer real help, real solutions, and real support. Not because they have to, but because they want to, and only when it aligns with their principles. Their boundaries might seem cold or distant to some, but it's exactly what keeps their lives efficient and drama-free. They don't get sucked into petty conflicts, emotional manipulation, or the endless cycle of trying to fix other people's problems. And the irony? People are drawn to them even more because of it. There's something magnetic about someone who knows exactly who they are and doesn't feel the need to apologize for it. In the end, Sigma males teach a powerful lesson. When you take care of yourself first, you're in a better position to show up for others, not out of obligation, but from a place of strength. That's not just selfishness, that's smart living. Number 3, they're ghosts in the system. Sigma. Males move through life like ghosts in the system, always present but rarely noticed. They don't draw attention to themselves with flashy moves or loud declarations, yet they consistently get results. It's not that they're trying to hide, they just know the power of staying under the radar. While others are busy playing by the book or outright rebelling against the rules, Sigma males find the loopholes. They know how to bend the system to their advantage without ever making enough noise to get caught. They navigate bureaucracies, social hierarchies, and even rigid workplace structures like seasoned hackers in a secure network. Where most people get bogged down by red tape or stuck waiting for permission, Sigma males slip through unnoticed, sidestepping unnecessary obstacles. They understand that the best way to win isn't always by confronting the system head-on. It's by figuring out how to operate within it quietly, efficiently, and without raising alarms. What makes them even more fascinating is how effortless it seems. They don't burn out trying to outshine others or climb the social ladder. Instead, they achieve their goals in ways that leave people wondering how they pulled it off. They might not be the loudest voice in the room, but they're often the ones steering things from behind the scenes. This invisibility is their superpower. By not drawing unnecessary attention, they avoid becoming targets of envy, competition, or sabotage. They stay in control of their narrative, revealing only what's necessary and keeping the rest to themselves. It's this ability to operate in the shadows, achieving more with less visibility, that makes Sigma males not just different but practically untouchable. Number 4. They embrace boredom as a tool. While most people scramble to escape boredom, scrolling endlessly, seeking constant stimulation, or distracting themselves with trivial tasks, Sigma males do the exact opposite. They lean into boredom like it's an old friend, understanding that those quiet, uncomfortable moments are where real growth happens. For them, boredom isn't something to be feared or avoided. It's a tool, a sharpening stone for the mind. In a world addicted to instant gratification, the ability to sit with stillness and discomfort is rare. Sigma males recognize that the restless feeling people get when things slow down is actually a sign of untapped potential. Instead of reaching for the nearest distraction, they let that discomfort simmer, using it to fuel deeper thought and sharpen their focus. Where others see boredom as dead time, Sigma males see it as an opportunity to train their minds, to reflect, strategize, and build mental toughness. This mindset turns monotonous moments into mental boot camps. Waiting in line, sitting through a dull meeting, or even enduring long stretches of solitude becomes an exercise in patience and resilience. While others crumble under the weight of stillness, Sigma males grow stronger, learning how to stay composed and focused even when there's nothing exciting happening around them. The result? When challenges arise, Sigma males are already mentally prepared. They've trained themselves to handle discomfort without flinching, giving them an edge in high-pressure situations. While everyone else is scrambling to stay entertained or avoid silence, Sigma males have already mastered the art of sitting still, thinking clearly, and turning boredom into a powerful tool for self-discipline and growth. This quiet resilience sets them apart, making them not just different, but unstoppable. Number 5. They master skills that nobody sees coming. While most people chase skills that look good on a resume or impress at parties, Sigma males take a different route. They're not interested in flashy, socially approved talents designed to win applause or fit neatly into society's expectations. Instead, they quietly dive into mastering skills that seem random, obscure, or even irrelevant, until suddenly they're not. Sigma males have a knack for spotting potential in places others overlook. While everyone else is busy learning the same trendy things, whether it's coding, public speaking, or whatever the current must-have skill is, they're off perfecting something unexpected. It might be an obscure language, a niche technical ability, or an unconventional strategy no one's even thought to explore. And because they're not broadcasting their progress, no one sees it coming. The magic happens when the moment arrives, and that seemingly random skill becomes exactly what's needed. While others scramble to adapt or learn on the fly, the Sigma male is already several steps ahead, effortlessly using the expertise they've been quietly refining. It's like watching someone pull out a key for a lock no one else even noticed. And by the time people realize what's happening, the Sigma male has already walked through the door. This isn't accidental. Sigma males understand that true power often lies in the unexpected. They're strategic in their choices, picking up skills not because they're popular, but because they see the long-term value others miss. It's this quiet, calculated approach that gives them an unexpected upper hand. You won't even realize they've won until it's too late. And by then, they're already onto the next thing, mastering something else you won't see coming. Number 6. They're masters of delayed gratification. While the world is obsessed with instant gratification, likes, quick wins, fast money, Sigma males are wired differently. They don't fall for the rush of immediate rewards or the fleeting satisfaction of quick success. Instead, they play the long game, patiently and strategically, waiting for the right moment to make their move. Their patience isn't passive, it's a calculated weapon. Sigma males understand that real success, the kind that lasts, doesn't happen overnight. They know that rushing into things often leads to mistakes, missed opportunities, and shallow outcomes. So, while everyone else is sprinting toward short-term gains, they're carefully laying the groundwork for something bigger, something that will actually stand the test of time. They're willing to put in the work now, even if the payoff isn't immediate, because they see the bigger picture. And they know that the biggest rewards come to those who can wait. But don't mistake their patience for inaction. Sigma males are always moving, always planning, always refining their approach behind the scenes. They're not sitting around hoping things will fall into place. They're positioning themselves quietly and effectively. So when the right opportunity arises, they're ready to strike. And when they do, it's decisive and impactful. The world often underestimates people who move like this. In a culture that values speed and visible hustle, a Sigma male's quiet, patient approach can be mistaken for indifference or laziness. But that's the trick. By the time people realize what's really happening, the Sigma male has already secured the win, leaving everyone else wondering how they did it so effortlessly. Their mastery of delayed gratification doesn't just set them apart, it puts them in control of the game while everyone else is too busy chasing the next quick fix. Number 7, they're the anti-hero everyone needs but no one admits to, Sigma. Males are the anti-heroes everyone needs but rarely acknowledge. They don't crave the spotlight, they don't rally for applause, and they definitely aren't interested in being anyone's savior. But when chaos hits, when the plans fall apart, and the so-called leaders start scrambling, it's the Sigma male who quietly steps in and fixes things. Not because they want recognition, but because they're wired to cut through nonsense and get straight to the solution. Their methods are unconventional, often flying in the face of traditional thinking. While others panic or cling to protocol, Sigma males rely on their independence and sharp problem-solving skills. They don't follow the rules just because they're there. They find what works, even if it's the last thing anyone expects. They're not interested in how things should be done. They care about what actually works. That ability to think outside the box, to approach problems from angles no one else considers, makes them indispensable in a crisis. But here's the twist. Once the dust settles and the problem's solved, they don't stick around for the thank yous or the praise. While others bask in the glory of a job well done, Sigma males have already moved on, uninterested in the recognition that most people crave. They didn't step in to be the hero. They did it because they knew it needed to be done, and they were the only ones capable of handling it the right way. And that's exactly why people can't forget them, even if they never say it out loud. The Sigma male's presence is felt most when things go wrong, and their absence is even more noticeable when they're not around to quietly set things right. They might not fit the mold of the traditional hero, but when it matters most, they're the ones who make all the difference. Number 8. They don't just walk away, they erase their footprints. When Sigma males decide to leave a situation, whether it's a relationship, a job, or a social circle, they don't just quietly slip out the back door. They erase their footprints entirely, leaving behind no drama, no explanations, and no loose ends. It's not about ghosting in the typical, immature sense. It's about making such a clean, complete exit that people are left wondering if they were ever really there to begin with. This isn't accidental. Sigma males are intentional about how they enter and exit spaces in their lives. They don't get tangled up in unnecessary emotional baggage or drawn into drawn-out goodbyes. When they recognize that a situation no longer serves them, or worse, is holding them back, they disengage fully, without fanfare or second-guessing. They've mastered the art of detachment, not out of coldness, but out of an understanding that lingering where you're no longer needed only wastes energy and invites unnecessary complications. What makes their exit even more mysterious is the lack of closure they leave behind. Most people expect some kind of explanation when someone walks away, a reason, an apology, even a hint of regret. But Sigma males offer none of that. They don't feel the need to justify their decisions or smooth things over. They believe their actions speak for themselves, and once they've decided to move on, there's nothing more to discuss. Their absence creates a ripple effect. People notice the void, the sudden quiet, and it lingers longer than if they'd left in a blaze of drama. There's something unsettling about someone who can detach so cleanly, leaving no trace behind. It turns their departure into an unsolvable mystery, one that keeps people guessing long after they're gone. And that's exactly how Sigma males like it. Number 9. They redefine power by rejecting it. Sigma males redefine power by rejecting the very concept of it. While alphas are fixated on dominance, striving to be at the top, controlling others and securing status, Sigma males take an entirely different approach. They don't seek power because they know the truth. True power doesn't lie in controlling others or being the loudest voice in the room. Instead, it lies in the freedom to operate outside the system, untouched and unpredictable. By opting out of the power struggle altogether, Sigma males dismantle traditional hierarchies without lifting a finger. They don't care about being at the top of the pyramid. They don't even care about being part of it. This refusal to play the game leaves others confused and unsure. The more they try to figure out the Sigma male's next move, the less they can predict it. And that's where the true power lies. Being unpredictable means no one can control you and no one can truly understand you. It's a power that doesn't need to be flaunted or claimed. It simply exists because others are left trying to understand how you operate. Sigma males don't need to dominate because they are already in control of their own world. By rejecting conventional paths to power, they create a new kind of influence, one that doesn't fit neatly into the box everyone else is trying to fit in. Their unpredictability, their ability to exist outside the power structures everyone else clings to, is what makes them untouchable. And that's a kind of power the world doesn't know how to handle. Number 10. They are masters of controlled disconnection. Sigma males are masters of controlled disconnection, and they do it with an expertise that others simply can't replicate. They don't just walk away from relationships or situations. They sever ties with surgical precision. It's not about being cold or heartless. It's about knowing exactly when it's time to detach, and doing it in a way that leaves no emotional debris behind. No drama, no unnecessary explanations, no lingering guilt. They simply recognize when something is no longer serving them, and they remove themselves without hesitation. This skill is a product of their ability to see things for what they are. Sigma males are deeply introspective and understand the value of emotional energy. They don't waste it on people, places, or situations that drain them. When the time comes to step away, they do so efficiently and quietly, leaving behind no mess for others to pick up. While most people would get tangled in the aftermath, feeling guilty, dragging out the process, or second-guessing their decision, Sigma males remain unaffected. They understand that emotional attachment is a choice, and when it's time to move on, they do it in a way that ensures they're not weighed down by the past. This ruthless efficiency keeps them light, agile, and free from the emotional clutter that tends to bog others down. It allows them to move through life with a sense of fluidity and focus that others can't replicate. No matter how complicated a situation may get, Sigma males know when to cut the cord and let go. They don't allow themselves to get stuck in the noise of unresolved emotions or lingering attachments. And it's this controlled disconnection that makes them impossible to weigh down. They simply glide through life, always in control of their own emotional space. In the end, Sigma males are the quiet disruptors, the shadow players who don't need a crowd to validate their existence. They don't crave power, they don't play by society's rules, and they certainly don't bend to the whims of others. Instead, they carve their own path, one that's unpredictable, self-sustaining, and relentlessly focused on growth. Their ability to adapt, detach, and operate outside the typical power structures makes them a force to be reckoned with, without ever needing to prove it. They've mastered the art of stepping back, recalibrating, and evolving without fanfare. Their skills are honed in silence, their influence felt without being seen. The world may not always understand them, and they certainly don't care if it does. They don't need the spotlight. They need freedom, autonomy, and the peace that comes with knowing they control their own destiny. Sigma males aren't the heroes the world expects, but they are the ones who ultimately solve problems, redefine what it means to be powerful, and leave lasting impressions without leaving a trace. They're not here for recognition or applause. They're here to live on their terms, making a difference in ways that are impossible to measure. So, if you ever find yourself in their orbit, don't expect them to announce their greatness. But know this, their presence will be felt, their impact will be undeniable, and they will always, quietly, be a step ahead. If you've made it this far, you've caught a glimpse of what makes Sigma males so extraordinary. Quiet, relentless, and always moving ahead of the curve. If you're ready for more insights into how to embrace your own power, navigate life with precision, and understand the minds that don't follow the crowd, then hit that subscribe button. Join a community that values depth over noise, action over words, and independence over conformity. You're not here by accident. This is the place where thinking differently is celebrated. So go ahead, subscribe, and let's keep breaking the mold together. There's more to uncover, and you don't want to miss what's coming next.